It's an issue that we all struggle with, balancing the workload on our operations. Cattlemen to Cattlemen reporter Matt Fleck has more on the unique way one Ohio family is getting it done.
In west central Ohio, you'll find Haley Farms, a purebred Simmental cattle operation. While Mike Haley handles most of the day-to-day chores with the row crops, it's actually his wife Pam that is the one responsible for the daily care of the cattle.
I started with the Simmental breed when I was in 4-H and started showing Simmental steers and kind of got attached to the breed from that point. It started out as a project kind of, I guess, and it's grown from there.
When I got married, somehow 5 cows showed up on the farm, and so we found some extra grass in one of the corners and pastured them out. And as time went by, those 5 cows kept on growing to, above 40 cows today. During the summertime, especially in the spring or fall when there's a lot of field work to be done, she'll take care of the cattle on her own in the morning and the evenings. I go out and tend to the crops and make sure things are done on that end. Pam and I consult each other a lot on a lot of decisions, but when it comes down to it, the cattle end up being hers and her vote always overrides mine.
The health of the herd is the #1 priority at Haley Farms. They believe that providing cattle with proper handling and nutrition is an obligation, not an option.
For any operation, the care of the cattle, the way they are handled is part of our bottom line. If they're not happy, then they're not performing to the standards that we want them to. It's very important to check them. We check them twice a day. I know the cows pretty well with the numbers that we have. Each one has a name and each one has a personality, and I know them pretty well. So I know when one's not kind of the way she should be, and it's very important to keep ourselves up to speed on all their nutrition needs and medicine and anything that we need to do for them to keep them healthy. Like anybody, I want to have good product in the freezer when I go to get it to serve to my family. And so the reason we spend so much time with health and performance of the cattle and understanding them is because we want to have the same good, wholesome product at the end of the day that our consumers do. I wouldn't do it if I didn't love it, so I don't know of anybody else that gets up in the middle of the night just to make sure that they get their job done the right way.
The cattle industry often faces critics, and platforms like Twitter and Facebook are an effective way to address these issues. The Haleys have turned to social media to help spread the word about the positive aspects of the cattle industry.
Just 10 minutes out of each day to try and find out how to connect with the public and answer questions or share our stories about what we're doing each day is one of the most important things we can do. One way I do that, using social media, Twitter and Facebook, it's a pretty powerful tool. I can be in the tractor and if I'm in a long round, and I can check my updates or mentions and see what questions somebody has of me.
It makes people feel a little closer to what we're doing if we're willing to share, open up that door and allow them to see what goes on, and I think that's really important.
The Haleys also know that in order to have a strong and profitable beef industry, you need a national organization like NCBA looking out for the best interests of producers.
All of us need a voice in Washington, and one voice is not nearly as loud as the group. So being a part of a group like NCBA gives us that voice that we need, because we're the only ones fighting for what we do, and we have to be the advocates for the beef industry. So that's why we need groups like the NCBA.
Although the Haleys haven't been raising cattle for long, they love what they do and have a passion for the beef industry.
I'm really proud of the progress that we've made. We've really only been into the business for 7 years now, since Mike and I got married, and the whole idea when we started was that each year that calf crop gets better, and so far we're following up on that goal and doing really well moving forward with that.
We're 5 generations on our farm, and I hope that 5 generations from now we'll still be farming this farm in my family, and I guess I can't ask for a whole lot more than that.
Reporting from West Salem, Ohio, I'm Matt Fleck for NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen.